All right, to college basketball over at Inside Carolina, our friend Sherelle McMillan, we were referencing earlier this week, had the news that Simeon Wilcher is seeking a release from his letter of intent. This is from the Inside Carolina story from Tuesday. Quote, once UNC grants Wilcher's request, which it plans to do according to sources, the Tar Heels will have two incoming freshmen in that 2023 class. You got Zayden High and Elliot Cadeau, who is reclassifying. We talked about that last week. It would give the Tar Heels 3 additional scholarships and a roster of 5 scholarship guards. So this is the new world we're living in. Playing time, Joe. You preach this all the time when it comes to basketball rosters. With Elliot Cadeau coming on, there was a question. There was a question about Wilcher and what the playing time was going to look like. We were even joking about it with Roy Cooper about, hey, let's the depth and everything else. Well, you're not going to have that now because I'm guessing Wilcher sees the writing on the wall with who the true point guard is going to be in Cadeau, and he's looking to go somewhere else now.
Well, and don't forget all of the additions in the portal. So Wilcher is a combo guard. I don't think he's a true point, but he's someone who's going to play in the backcourt. Maybe he plays like an RJ Davis type role, right? And you start looking at where Carolina's rotation is going to be, and then you have to sit there as a player, right? You have to sit there and go, where is my best opportunity to play? And a lot of players don't have patience. I'm not saying that's the case with Wilcher, but a lot of players want to play right away, and they want to be in a situation where they feel appreciated. They also probably want to be in a situation where, you know, as a top 50 recruit, he has an opportunity to make NIL money. So there's probably ways to look at this. When you go into the portal and you get a player, right? Let's take Paxton Wojcik, right? I don't think Carolina broke the bank to get a transfer from Brown, whose dad used to work there, right? I think we could safely assume that. Yeah. They also got Cormac Ryan from Notre Dame, and they probably had to pay a little bit of NIL money to get him because he's a older player. But if you're Carolina or you're anyone else, but we'll use Carolina because we're talking about them right now, would you rather have a 6th-year player who has a proven track record of making 3-pointers in your league or in Division I basketball? Or do you try to roll the dice on someone like Wilcher who might need I don't even
need to complete the question. Like you had the answer. Like I would rather take a veteran player at this point.
So you have a couple of things going on there. You have the extra year of eligibility from the COVID year, which has created a lot of 5th and 6th year opportunities for guys that never would have had them before. Carolina had this last year with Leaky Black, and we'll have it with Armando Bacot this year. But it's a new reality of college basketball. This isn't Hubert Davis is a bad coach. This isn't Carolina isn't the brand they once were. This isn't, Carolina can't get it done in the new college landscape because they lost Simeon Wilcher. Good player. He could be a great player. We don't know what's going to happen when he shows up in college. But you do know with Cormac Ryan, you do know with Paxton Wojcik what they are capable of and what they can do for you right now. Okay. Now, it's the flip side of that is when you bring in Cadeau, you are saying to Wilcher, we think Cadeau is better than you. That's what you're saying as a program. And these are the honest conversations as a coach that you have to have with the players that you recruit out of high school. You're going to see this at NC State either this week or next week, by the way. So this happens. Yes. It's a slightly different situation.
I was going to say, you got a little bit more information for me? Like, what do you got going on here, Joe?
It's a slightly different situation, but you got to remember there's NIL money in high school now too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
so
you're right.
There's so many layers to this thing, but I will always say, and I'll go to my death saying, and Kevin will dispute this with me a little bit, but I think I will always say that playing time is the primary reason that people leave. And that's the number one opportunity that people want. Is to play. Now you can tell me, I'm going to get $1 million to go be the 3rd string running back at Alabama, and I would tell you that's not how the NIL market.
I was going to say Alabama's got money, but not that
to pay the guys who are going to be their stars. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
But no,
there's
no play. Guys want to play.
Are you saying there's no rookie league minimum at Alabama? Is that what you're saying?
And I shouldn't have impugned Alabama that way. Texas A&M.
But I think people understand what any big time college program that has NIL money flowing through it, yeah, there's money, but it's not for the third string guy
Yeah.
to keep on reserve.
And,
That's not why that's
you
gonna
and I
happen.
have talked about this before. Potentially, let's use an ECU football for example.
Sure.
Like, couldn't ECU or heck NC State and Carolina football, couldn't they appeal to someone in that situation and say, "Hey, you'll be our primary guy. You'll be our number one running back. Cool. I know
Mhm.
that Clemson and Notre Dame and Alabama want you to go there, but you do not have the opportunity there that you will hear like a Holton Ahlers at ECU. That was
Mhm.
before NIL. A
Yeah.
Naheem Hines at NC
Yeah,
State.
this stuff, to your point, this stuff was already happening before NIL came into the picture. Playing time is always going to be, to your point. You're absolutely right. I completely agree with you. Playing time is the ultimate currency, because this is not their final stop. It's
Right.
not. They want to get to the next place, and for everybody, it's the pros.
And I was
And
gonna
the
say,
only way you're going to make that happen is if you actually play and you got some tape. I
and
mean, it's
even
as
though
simple as
maybe
that.
1% of them actually do end up playing pro, they all are
They all
convinced they are going to be
right.
pros. They all are.
Just like some people think that you can just start up a podcast network out of nothing and, sell it to Meadowlark. I mean, I don't know.